This year on YouTube has been the longest year of my life as well as the shortest. What do I mean by that? This is not the first YouTube channel that I've had. This is the second one. The first one did not work out at all. And that is not unusual. This one, I did do a lot of planning beforehand, and life had other ideas. About a month after I started this channel, I got diagnosed with anxiety. That made all the YouTube recommendations on when, post this kind of video once a week and post at least one short a week and make sure you're doing a community post. That made it really difficult. And I was able to do that for a while. Then I had breast cancer surgery in December and I had to take a little bit of time off, got back into it, and then my dad passed away unexpectedly. I ended up, I think I took a whole month off at that point. It's been difficult to get back into a routine. Right now, I am so pale. Everybody's been sick here for weeks. Actually planned to film this 3 weeks ago. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. I have a cheat sheet checklist over here on my iPad. I am under an anxiety care plan from my doctor. But inside of that, I need to find a way to be able to organize and manage all the things that I do. Not being able to accomplish those things adds to anxiety. If you have anxiety, you know that. Also, accomplishing things adds to your anxiety because your brain goes, we've done too much today. So what would I have done different? I would probably not have followed the advice to 3 times a week, a long form, a short, and a community post. I probably would not have done that. I would have just stuck to one video per week. Slow and steady wins the race. We all know that from the children's story, The Tortoise and the Hare, right? But it's true. When Ichiro got inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, he actually credited his success to doing that. Small, consistent habits are what enabled him to, at one point in his career, have a maximum of 0.450 batting average. That's insane. It's not considered humanly possible, right? But he was able to do that. He also got drafted into the MLB at a later age than average. So he had a little bit more time to mature mentally and physically before he took that on. So if you're an educator who's thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, absolutely. Do you need to plan extensively to do that? No, but some planning is going to help. If you don't plan to, how does that saying go? If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. There are a lot of YouTubers here, and I've followed their channels and stuff, where they say at a certain point, you just need to click on record and get going. And there is wisdom to that. But I would say do that to practice. Rewatch your videos. Get used to how your voice sounds without the bone reverberation, the way that you hear it, right? You need to do that. You've got to make sure that your audio is correct, right? Do you need to go into extensive learning how to edit and all that stuff? No, but you do need to have some sort of plan, some idea of what you're doing. I would focus more, and I'm going to, on batch recording videos. Now, another thing I need to do is I have very minimal recording skills, editing skills. And one of my kids who has a degree in digital media is my editor. So I need to sit down with them and make a more strict schedule, other than, oh, hey, do you have a couple hours today? Not worrying about perfection is something a lot of YouTube experts, would you call them, advise. And I would say yes. Make sure you've got enough makeup on so people can like see your eyebrows and where your eyelashes are and stuff like that. But don't fret too much, about how you look, right? That's where the practice comes in. Right now, because everybody's been sick, I'm exhausted. Like I said, I've been planning on shooting this video for 3 weeks. I'm pale. I don't feel well. However, I started this channel to help you guys, to give you advice based off my perspective of 15, 20 years in the classroom and the last 5 years in higher education. I can't do that if I don't take care of myself first. We've all heard you cannot fill from an empty cup. And that is very true here, right? But yes, at the end of the day, you just do need to click on record. Do I feel discouraged because this didn't go as well or consistently as I planned on? A little. You've got to learn how to use that for motivation. So I have other plans, right? I have no intention of going anywhere. The plans that I made before I actually started this channel have helped it be what it is right now. And it does have the potential to reach many, many more educators. So we're going nowhere. And I'm going to do different videos about strategies. So we have some upcoming changes, some extra features and stuff like that I have been working on the last 3 to 4 weeks. But I'm going to do that in another video. So I just want to wrap up by saying I am glad you're here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And even if you decide you never want to start your own YouTube channel, that's fine. I'm not here to give advice on that. I do teach online in Zoom because we're all remote at the college where I teach. The only things that are in person are very specific, like biology and chemistry and stuff. So I do plan to expand a little bit on equipment recommendations that could go for a YouTube channel or just for teaching online, right? So there are a lot of things coming up. I do have a plan for that. They are going to be rolling out slowly. One of the recommendation series that I have been filming over the last year, and none of them have gotten edited or uploaded yet. That's going to be coming out soon. And I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to upload all of those at once. I'll probably space it out, but it's on coffee, something most teachers cannot live without. So there's a lot of things like that. And, you know, what am I knitting to help deal it? Because that's one way that I deal with my stress. You may have something else, but the way that I use the knitting may help you have some ideas. So I'm just going to go ahead and end it with that because I don't want to give away too much on these updates. Some of them I'm really, really excited about. It's going to give you some extra tools and some extra benefits. So I just thank you again for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Happy teaching. Hang in there. We are all going to be okay.